now?
Here we go. Let's bounce. Come on. I'm the only one bouncing.
I didn't know you really meant. I didn't know you meant really bounce.
Jay Coles.
Hello. How you doing, Kenny?
I got an email 3 weeks ago, I'm going to say, regarding Seafoam. I do endorsements for Seafoam. I'm going to read this to you. Kenny, not sure if this trip is a ray of hope or not, that trips like this are actually possible. But you can see at the beginning of the video, we had 3 machines on day 1 with overheating issues. We stopped at an auto parts store and bought a can of Seafoam. We divided the can among the 3 machines that were performing poorly. And between pressure washing the radiators and tuning up the engines, we didn't have any more issues during the rest of our 1,200-mile journey to Michigan and back. Let me pause there.
That's a lie.
That part is a bold-faced lie. They had many issues, and we're going to confront them about that.
Well, define
but first of all,
issues.
First of all, to finish the email, can't figure out how to copy the link, but if you search YouTube for a channel called Gear and Tread and the first video called Just Add Gas, you'll be able to watch our 1,200-mile overland ATV trip from Emily, Minnesota to Copper Harbor, Michigan, and back. Yours in sin and suffering, Dan Doucette. So here they are. Dan on the left, Dave Timm on the right. Hi, guys.
Welcome.
Hi. Wonderful to be here.
Yeah, I got so many questions.
Should we start the grilling?
Oh, you start.
Do we have to have corporate on like standby to screen some of this, or
you might
I have
want.
so many questions for you.
Is
guys.
your lawyer listening? 'Cause there might be charges.
I've got him on the earpiece, so I'll have to wait till I get nods. Yes, no.
So for part of this journey, I think I've actually done on snowmobile from Hurley. Did you guys go through Hurley, Wisconsin, Ironwood, Michigan?
Ironwood, Michigan. Yep.
Yeah. So then you went through Hurley too.
Okay.
We've done that up to the very tip of the Keweenaw Peninsula, just like you, on snowmobile a couple of times. So I'm semi-familiar with this. But first of all, the first question, I went to Gear and Tread, of course, watched 2 videos on this. How many people were on this trip?
Total of 12.
How many machines?
7.
7 machines. Who is the guy, the one, they were all side by sides except one guy, my brother from another mother. He was on a wheeler.
If he listens to this, we're going to inflate his ego even more. It's the other Dan. We had 2 Dans on the crew. This Dan and the other Dan who drove the wheeler.
So Dan is the only guy then who actually has a big giant set of balls.
Well,
you can admit it. It's okay.
I've never seen him,
okay.
so I could probably get him to send a pic. He's that type of guy. So
we'll hold off on that. I'll take your word for it. We'll take your word for it.
How did the idea about this come? How did this? Who dreamt this up?
Well, a couple of years ago, we were kind of talking about an overland trip, and we caught wind of a trip that was going from Emily to International Falls and back.
Okay.
And Dave and I sort of just invited ourselves along and said, that sounds like fun, we're going. And they kind of said, okay, let's go.
How did that
started it all?
How did it turn out? Was that drama free?
No, I wouldn't say that. We had issues. Yep. It was a great learning experience, and that's kind of what built up to doing something bigger last summer.
Yeah.
What time of year did you go up to Michigan? What was it?
June.
August?
It was June.
Yep.
Oh, it was June.
It just took me that long to go through 200 or 300 gigs of video and edit everything. So yeah, it was June that we did it. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Rod. He was the organizer of both trips. He goes by Rodzilla, but that dude, his attention to detail, organizing the map, organizing the places to stay, the routes. And like Dan said, we learned so much on the Canada trip of like what to pack, what not to pack, what we used, what we didn't use, really to where this Michigan trip was, for the most part, I felt really well oiled as far as organization and daily routes and gear and obstacles that we came across. So it,
Dave, I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh boy.
Jay and I were having a little bit of fun with you before you came into the studio.
I don't recall.
For the incredible amount of stuff that you packed. I mean, you did, what was it, a 35-minute video? 15 minutes was what was under your front seat.
That's true.
And then another
That's true.
15
That's
minutes
true.
for the passenger seat.
Yep.
And the biggest bed pack I've ever seen. And then a whole bunch of kits in the back.
Yeah.
Jay, go ahead.
I couldn't believe what I was watching because I was told this was supposed to be fun. Kenny's been trying to tell me I need to get a side-by-side, right? I keep telling him I don't get it. I don't understand. Why am I going to spend $20,000 to go drive around in the woods where I live? I said, I could do that in my Jeep, just get a ragtop Jeep, go do the same kind of thing. And he was trying to tell me how much fun it was. And he goes, you got to watch these guys.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I'm going to watch this. I want nothing to do with it.
Oh,
Absolutely nothing to do with it. I mean, how many flat tires did we talk about? It seemed like every 5 minutes, nope, we got another flat.
Yeah. So definitely the worst part of this trip was the flat tires. And I think
tires?
I don't remember if we had the final number, but I want to say it was 14.
Okay, 14 flat tires.
Yeah.
How many times did you have to power wash radiators? And remember, you were stopping every...
For the Honda, none.
None. But how many times you guys have to stop and power wash radiators
Day one
and cut
was a
down
lot.
trees on the trail?
Yeah.
He just alluded to something for
What?
the Honda. None. This is Polaris versus Etiquette versus Skidoo, right? That's what I...
Oh, I didn't know we were planting a flag. Okay.
No,
I was riding in a
this
Polaris.
is brand wars, right? A little
Okay.
bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't have to stop at all either.
You didn't
In
either.
the Polaris.
Okay, so anybody who had the
Well, just
Polaris
saying.
was fine. Everybody else was in trouble. Or how did it go? The other way around? Anybody who had a Honda was not in trouble.
Well, there's only one Honda. So,
Okay.
I'm a little brand biased. Honda's treated me really good.
So you take a city kid like me who's moved to the country, and I watched that video and I was exhausted. Cutting down trees, fixing radiators, fixing flat tires. Then somebody had a drivetrain problem in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that's true.
And another
That's
guy
true.
went in the water at the boat launch, and I'm thinking, when does this start to be fun?
The whole part was fun.
It was all fun.
It
was.
Jay, it looked like a
What?
blast. It looked like so much fun. Seriously. And from what I understand, you guys were really
get it.
comfortable at night, right?
Very.
Your guy booked houses. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Yep.
We
I
stayed
was
at
interested
B&Bs.
in that because he kept saying, well, we found a house that we stayed at. I'm like, well, what do you mean you found a house? What, did you just pull up? But these were like Airbnbs you'd already mapped out. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Because I was wondering how that works.
But I will say, with the houses, some of them were, I don't want to say like on the budget level, but the whole trip, like Rod did an amazing job of keeping lodging costs down. Most of the houses had one bathroom,
Okay.
maybe 3 or 4 beds, but there was 12 dudes on this trip.
All dudes.
So
See,
a lot
that's-
of guys had to sleep. We all had to bring sleeping gear because you didn't know if you were getting a bed or if you're on the
Okay.
floor.
All right.
The young guys didn't bring anything, and they're just sleeping on concrete, and I don't know how they do it because I'm middle-aged. I like my bed or my sleep
Yeah.
system.
Yeah.
But
Sounds like a blast sleeping on the floor.
No, I didn't do that.
Okay.
No. I'm too old for that. So
Did you
Guys,
see
you guys
his-
are nuts.
yeah.
Jay, did you see his bed pack?
it's
Oh, yeah.
it's legit.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
I want one.
it's a legit thing. It wasn't cheap, but there's as I'm getting older, and maybe you guys can relate.
Oh, yeah.
There's a few things I don't mind spending money on. Number 1 is good shoes.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 2 is a good meal. And number 3, of course, is a good night's sleep.
All right.
Dave, I'm going to admit something to you. I sleep on an air bed every night of my life. It's the most comfortable bed I've ever had.
Yeah.
Seriously.
So you'd be
It's
comfortable
big.
on this trip.
It's a queen size. It's big. It's like 2 feet off the floor. It's amazing. So I was kind of envious when I saw what you call a sleep system.
That's what they
I'm
call
like,
it, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right on. I'm all about that.
Yeah.
And then they talk about, then we hit some ruts. That was kind of a rough part of the trail. Then we hit rain and we had to put the rain gear on. Then it started to get cold. And I'm thinking, again, when does
You
the,
are so
when does
soft.
when does the fun start?
Seriously.
I'm super soft.
Let's start.
Yeah.
I want to start right
Yeah.
at the beginning. Day 1, Emily, Minnesota.
Where is that?
That's over. But go ahead, guys. Tell them where that is.
Go ahead.
It's sort of north of Crosby.
Yeah.
All right, I know where Crosby
Beautiful
is.
area.
I know where it
Yeah.
is. Not far
Yeah.
from Grand Rapids then.
It
Not
would
far.
be southwest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not far from, yeah.
So you hop on the Sioux Line Trail, right?
Correct.
You
Eventually,
make it
yeah.
to
We got to connect from the Emily outing trail system,
sure.
and then that'll connect us to the Sioux line.
And you make it to Wisconsin on day 1.
Yes.
Yep.
What part of Wisconsin? So my references with Wisconsin was Highway 8 comes out of Forest Lake and Highway 70. What's the town in
Grantsburg?
Wisconsin? Grantsburg, thank you. Yeah. Those are my two references.
Right.
Were you north of 70?
Yeah, so we crossed over near Superior, little south of
It would have
Superior.
been near Superior if you're going
Good
up
Lord,
north.
they might have gone right by your house, Jay.
Pretty close. They weren't too far away, actually.
We went
They were
south of
probably, if you were south of Superior at all, you're probably only 30, 40 miles from my house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in Danbury,
Oh, yeah.
so not too
So
far
how
from
far
my
into
house.
Wisconsin did you make it on day one?
Iron River.
Yeah, Iron
I
River.
believe
Yep.
was day one.
Oh, okay. Day two, after a good night's sleep and a shower and new underpants.
Yep. Yep.
We hope underpants. Were
How far did you make it day two?
We crossed over to Michigan. And I want to say, I can't remember the name of the town that we slept in.
Calumet?
I might have been, maybe
Calumet?
Calumet
Yeah,
was day 3. I'd have to double check the route. But yeah, so we crossed over into Michigan on day
Just
2.
barely into Michigan. Day two.
Yeah, just barely. And then kind of got settled in, found our another house. And the cool part was we stayed at the same houses out and then on the way back. So the hosts for a lot of these Airbnbs, VRBOs, whatever, they were really cool with us. And I think one of them gave us a super deal because even though the house was dark in between, they just left it for us. So anything we
Nice.
wanted to leave there, food, gear, whatever, figuring that we didn't need it, we would just come back in a couple of days. But
So did you hug Wisconsin and then go into the southeast corner of the Upper Peninsula?
you know, I'd have to pull up the route to be 100% sure. But
Was it
basically,
Bessemer?
I'm sorry.
Bessemer,
Because I'm
Michigan?
picturing you went in the southeast corner of the UP and then went up the lakeshore that way.
We actually had to
let's
drop
see.
quite a ways south.
There was an Indian reservation that you can't go through.
Okay.
So we dropped quite a ways south, and then we had to hook and go back up toward
Got
Houghton.
it. Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
And some of those days were a bit stressful. We had
I
a lot of miles to
I was
cover.
stressed watching everything.
And I think that's the whole lake thing was we had just crossed the Houghton Bridge,
Yeah.
so the pressure was off.
Yeah.
And
And
I
a
think
police
that's
escort.
Yeah. So
Oh, I see it. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
if you want, you can zoom in.
Yeah, let me take a
So,
look at that. Let me take a look at that. I'm curious as to where
Houghton,
you
Michigan, there's
So
only
that-
one way into the Upper Peninsula.
Yeah.
And
it's
it's
through
part of a
Houghton.
highway. So Michigan law says ATVs can't ride on highways. So
Oh,
we
yeah,
had
I
to get
see.
a police escort.
went. Yeah, you had to go way south
Across
to
the lift
avoid the
bridge.
reservation, didn't you?
When we're on snowmobiles, we they have an ice road right under the bridge.
Yeah.
So when we get to that, we just take the ice and literally ride right through Houghton. I mean, there's a trail on both sides of that river.
Yeah, we had a comment on the video, and he said in the winter they lower the bridge to a certain level.
Yep.
And then the bottom deck is a permanent snow trail.
Yeah.
So that's really cool that that they did
Yeah.
that for the winter.
That's pretty cool.
During the course of, I think, that day or maybe the day before, you were in a park with waterfalls and
That was in Wisconsin, I think, right?
Yes.
That might have been Wisconsin.
Do you remember the name of that park?
Spring Lake Falls.
Something like that.
That was cool. I did dig that part of it.
Yeah, that was amazing.
It was beautiful. The water was super warm.
It was. And you finally had a chance to wash yourselves off.
My favorite part,
Yeah.
the night riding.
I agree.
That was great.
That was cool.
You went right up to the very tippy top of Michigan, the Keweenaw Peninsula, Copper
Yes.
Harbor, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
we went all the way to the end. We stopped in Copper Harbor first, and then gassed up and headed out to the end of the Upper Peninsula.
which I believe is south of the rocket range, isn't it? A
Yes.
little bit? Yeah.
Yes.
Because I think on snowmobile, we've also, that's where we stay in Copper Harbor, and then we ride up there. And of course, in the winter, the lake is frozen. So much like your crazy guy in the four-wheeler, who, again, brother from another mother, I just drive right out on the ice.
Oh, that'd
And
be cool.
All the ice is pushed up, and because of the ever-expanding ice, so it's these big, giant slabs of ice, and you have to kind of work your way around on them. It's a lot of fun. It's really cool. But like you said, it's the very tippy top, and it's really neat.
Yeah, the rocket range site was really cool too.
It was neat.
High Rock was cool. That's where we did the one shot where we're all kind of pulling out onto the peninsula.
Yeah.
And I got to give a shout out to like all the dudes because I told them like nobody likes hanging out with a YouTuber because all we want to do is stop and take video. So we tried to interrupt the trip as the least amount as possible. My co-driver Trevor was an amazing cameraman. He was an amazing driver when I wanted to do drone stuff or whatever. So without Trevor, I don't think the video would have been nearly the level that it was because he was able to get footage. He was willing to hop out, run ahead, get some footage, allow us to go by and then pick him up. And so Trevor was a huge, huge asset for the video side, but nobody likes hanging out with YouTubers because all we want to do is stop and take video. But when it came to that specific shot, I was really adamant with the rest of the crew. And I was like, look, before we get there, we need to stop. I need to send the drone up, send it out ahead of us. This is the one shot I want of when we're first arriving. I feel like I need this. And they were like, okay.
I was impressed actually with the photography, and I was going to ask you, how many GoPros did you use? How many cameras were involved? It was just one drone, I'm assuming.
Just one, yep.
But I liked your sequencing. You had the whole thing going on where you were getting out in front and getting the shots of them coming at you and above, and I'm like, okay, somebody knew what they were doing with the camera here, and that's that guy you're talking about?
It's a team effort. So full-time, my real job is video production.
Oh, okay, you sneaked one in. That was pretty good. I was looking at that going, if these guys are amateurs, Channel 5 needs some help downstairs with some photographers. It was pretty well done, I ain't gonna lie.
Send over my rates. That's cool. No, so full-time I do video. I'm a one-man band, a solo video shop up in Brainerd.
Okay.
And then this is kind of a hobby business under the business umbrella, if you will.
Yeah.
But if I don't want to nerd out too much over gear, but the main camera was a DJI Pocket camera.
Okay.
We had their equivalent of a GoPro, the DJI Action, and then we had a 360 camera, and then another DJI Air 3S drone.
I was guessing a 6-camera shoot. I wasn't too far off.
No, you weren't. You weren't. And part of it was musical cameras. Like I would be like, hey, dude, hold up. I'm mounting a camera to your rig, and then we'd control it from the phone or same thing, running the cameras around. And again, the whole crew was really, really patient with us. But the highlight, I think for them was we had like a private viewing party before it went live on YouTube. We actually went to Rod's house, set up a projector, had an awesome meal, got all the guys together, and we kind of had our own little viewing party. And I think what they got to see themselves as kind of like movie stars on the screen.
Yeah, they were studs. They were studs for a minute.
Yeah, and they were, and they were kind of like,
yeah.
This was pretty cool. Like, and they were like, next time we make more videos, or do you have any more footage? And,
Well, it was well produced.
Thank you.
Some of the music choices were interesting too. I love the dramatic music at the beginning.
Yeah,
you were drawing me in like I was watching Murderline, Dateline.
That's the whole point, right?
And then all of a sudden, but then you came out of the gate and said, "Yeah, we made it there and back just fine." And I'm like, "No, you don't start with the ending at the beginning."
That was it was a tough decision because I wanted to get people to watch.
Yeah, but you should have left us hanging.
I should have had more of a cliffhanger.
You start off with 7 ATVs, right? Is that what you said? Yep. 12 guys, 1,200 miles. You got to start off by saying, find out if all 12. You say it like it's, find out.
I know.
If all 12. If all 12.
Everybody wanted to see the journey.
If all 12.
Ignore everything he just said.
No, he's not wrong, though. You got to have a little bit of suspense. The typical 3-act play, right?
Find out if all
the way you
12
did
come
it.
back.
No, I love the way you did it.
I wish I could pull clips right now and put them up. I should have thought of it. I should have thought about it ahead of time and stopped it and go.
Here, zoom in. I'll play it.
I'm going to say, all right, tell me right here when you're power washing at 3 a.m. Is that fun? That's fun, right?
Power washing at 3.
No, that was just day 1? Okay.
Yep.
It sounded like it was every.
No.
Once we got everything
we had to
cleaned
power
out.
wash the radiators and we had to do this and that.
Yeah.
And then I was going to say, okay, in the middle of the night, changing a drivetrain.
Yeah, that was, thankfully, I didn't have to do that.
When does
was
the
very
fun start? I want to know when. And I want to know what a technical trail is.
Oh.
You guys kept referring to. This one had some ruts, which sounds like a lot of fun, right?
Yep.
And then you said, and it wasn't too technical. And then you said another one was technical. What is a technical trail? I have no clue.
Camp 5 in the Black Hills was pretty fun last year for me.
But what does it mean when it's technical?
Technical, in kind of the sense of the word, is that you do need a certain technique to maneuver it, and there's obstacles.
Pick a line.
Yeah, it's a little tighter. You're not just going to cruise through it. It's not just like a gravel
It's not
road.
like the Sioux line when you said you got bored.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
The Sioux Line's a coffee trail.
Yeah.
That's where you enjoy your coffee and you just zip down.
Got it. So a lot of twists and turns is what
And
you're
then stop.
Yeah,
to fix
I
the
come
flat.
from the dirt bike world where we do that on what you did on dirt bikes. And technical means we're standing up on the bike.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're in first gear, maybe third gear, steep uphills, scary downhills, big rocks, deep pools to drive through. So in my world, that's what technical
Got
is.
it.
Yeah, spot on. And I'll say this. If anybody is watching, which I hope you do watch, but I would say there was nothing overly difficult, particularly like some of the sections in Michigan were probably the most technical, where we actually had somebody hop out and spot and help people just to make sure they picked their line correctly. But otherwise, for the most part, mud, ruts, stuff like that. It was it wasn't a super challenging trail where you're going to be like,
Yeah.
I'm going to get hung up or anything. South Dakota, we went out there a few years ago, and there was definitely a lot more technical. Like when you're on some of the cliffs in the mountains and you're looking down and you're like, well, there's death. Hopefully I don't break a tie rod.
Again.
You know, nothing like that on this trip. This trip was more about the journey. Yeah.
So much fun.
So much fun. Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
do you
looking
guys
at
ride
death.
snow?
I don't want to go.
Do you ride snowmobile at all?
We haven't gotten into that.
No, not yet.
We do some ATV riding in the winter. There are trails that are open.
Yeah. Me and a bunch of buddies go out west to the mountains riding, and it's all backcountry riding. So you take a snowmobile groom trail, you know, anywhere from 10 to 20 miles to where the trail ends, and then that's where the fun begins, and you're up in the backcountry, and you only really carry what can fit in your backpack, and that's a breakdown shovel, an avalanche probe to find your buddy if he's buried in an avalanche. You also have a kind of a sending unit, battery operated thing that sends out a signal if you are buried. And then when you cover all that, you've got room for a pair of socks, maybe an extra pair of gloves, a couple sticks of celery, and a hunk of cheese.
You know, out of all the calorie choices, I'm kind of questioning the celery here. Like,
And that's really all you carry. And that brings us to
What the hell?
the other video that you made, Dan, where you shot everything. It's a 30, like I said earlier, about 35 minutes or so of everything you carried in your side-by-side. And your phrase, and you started out by saying, I'm a Boy Scout, and being a Boy Scout is being prepared. I, too, was a Boy Scout. I cheated for most of my merit badges. I'll just say that.
if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Right. But you said something during that video, and I thought, you know what? That's the problem here.
Uh-oh, I said
And
a lot. I gotta.
The phrase you said, one is none, two is one. Do you remember saying that?
Oh yeah, I say that a lot. I do.
And you literally had two of everything, and I could not believe how much stuff you crammed into that thing. It's really, the storage capacity is remarkable. Just what you can get under the front two seats is remarkable. And I couldn't see how deep it is. Would you say it's bigger than a 5-gallon pail under there?
No, not as deep. As far as cubic inches, maybe.
Yeah.
And you know, it's funny because when I was making that video, I thought about even doing something silly, like putting a full-size shovel and then, like, you know, video framing it out. So all of a sudden, it's like the old magic trick where you're pulling out something like, how did that fit in there, you know? But,
where it just keeps coming out. Right,
I would have
right.
liked that.
Yeah, but I decided to play it,
ladder.
you know, yeah.
I would have looked at that for 20 minutes trying to figure it out.
So I thought about doing something silly where I would mask and do stuff, but then I just decided to do it straight. But I guess part of it comes down to everything in there is something that we've needed on the trail. Truthfully, we really have needed on the trail, or there's been a ride where we wish we would have had. And also there's even been some circumstances where you come across something, none of us have it, and then somebody else comes across, they had this particular thing, and you're like, I got to add that to my trail kit. Now, I overpacked. Like, I brought a lot of stuff that I don't have every ride, knowing that we might be out in the middle of wherever, and who knows what might happen, you know, because it could be a trail, you know, or a trip ender. If you're out in Michigan and all of a sudden we have a coolant leak, well, duct tape.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah, well, thankfully not, but, you know, duct tape and some coolant, and now we're still riding or whatever. So this one was a little heavy, you know.
All right.
Mr. Chair.
Mr.
There's
Chair.
one thing you
He's
forgot.
entered the chat.
There's one thing you forgot.
I was wondering about that. I really didn't want to know the answer, but I was wondering.
That's the thumbnail right there.
Right?
And I posted this on your
well
YouTube page.
Yeah.
I said, there's one thing you forgot. Mr. Chair and about 2,000 miles of toilet paper.
Yeah.
So that's how long the trip was? 2,000 miles?
1,200.
1,200 round trip.
1,200.
Round trip.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're right. You should have a mile of toilet paper for every mile you drive. That's a good point, Jay.
Especially with 12
sounds like
guys,
so much
really,
fun.
you know,
Yeah.
Did you find yourself packing for other people?
all the time.
Yes.
That's part of the reason why. Okay, so real quick loop back. When we invited ourselves on that Canada trip,
Yeah.
most of the guys at that time had what we would call more sport machines. So they're
Yeah.
a little bit more trail,
Yeah.
less storage. Dan and I both had utility machines, which were still very capable, but they're not as sporty and they have way more storage. They're designed more for work.
Yeah.
And as soon as we show up, we literally become the pack mules of the trip. So they were loading us up with tents and canopies and barbecues. You thought we packed a lot on this trip.
Oh, you should have seen the first
the
one.
Canada trip. It's like,
Did anybody pull a trailer?
you know, we
We probably should have.
We probably should have. So we had all this stuff.
I think we had 3 canopies.
3.
Wow.
Everybody had a tent.
Yeah, we camped on
We
that
were
trip.
camping on
yeah,
that trip.
we did camp on that one. But
Very
we had
different trip.
we had a gas
You guys are
grill,
nuts.
a griddle. We had food. Oh, that was the other thing. We had
We packed
probably
all of our
4
food.
coolers, and we packed all of our food. And it's like in hindsight, just buy your food along the way, save the weight.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
need as many
We
coolers.
stopped
and-
in every town. There was a
Yes.
grocery store.
Yes.
Okay,
Along the
so
way.
for
Thank
your
you.
Michigan trip, was there one Jay Coles of the group who just walked out of his house, got in his side-by-side, and took off? Was
Yeah.
there at least one Jay Coles
That'd be
along?
me.
There was a
That would be
couple.
me.
There's a couple.
Day one.
Well, I could
The-
make this trip then, because that's the
Overheating.
problem. I'd come out the door going, Kenny, I got everything I need. I hope we're
No,
good.
and Jay would be a mile down the road. He'd go, "Oh, where are my cigarettes?" He'd turn around and go back home, get a car.
I don't know if Austin would appreciate a shout out, but it's too late. I already did it. So Austin was a passenger in one of the rigs, and he just was along for the ride, enjoyed it. you
That's
know?
me.
I bet
Yeah.
he had the most fun.
Well, he's the dude. If you see a guy in some of the footage with no shirt on drinking a beer,
That's
that
there we
would be
go.
him.
There we go.
He started at 8 o'clock in the morning.
So we had 12 dudes. That would have been me, I'm telling you.
That's the way to do it.
That's how I would go. Now, as long as we could stop and get food at grocery stores,
Yep, yep.
have a house to stay in, none of this
Yeah.
tent camping,
Yeah.
I could do that.
Go
I
into
could
a
do
local
that.
Skelly station and just
Yeah.
destroy the bathroom.
Yeah,
I think that might happen.
that has
once or
been
twice.
done. We can tell. Oh, the poor museum in Calumet. I think a few of us destroyed.
What about when one of the guys still had his cardo unit on, and we said,
Oh,
"Are
no.
you in the bathroom with your cardo
He
on?"
left
Okay,
his
now
house.
wait.
Oh,
Describe what the cardo. Describe that so everybody knows.
So that was our communication system.
It's like a radio, right? Like a
headset.
walkie-talkie
It's a
radio
headset
type
that has
thing.
a
Yeah.
module that pops in that communicates
Yeah.
with other modules.
Yeah.
He goes
So he
to
kept
the
that on to go to the bathroom?
Yes, and he talked to us the entire time.
Listen. You know,
Jay, that's you and me.
yes,
that's us,
right.
dude.
Yeah, I'd be having a big conversation as I turn the page of the paper. We've had that happen down in TV news at Channel 5. You know, we'll mic people up.
Oh yeah, hot mic,
Hot mic
Yep.
for the interview, and they'll say, "Excuse me, I need to use the restroom." And if we forget to tell them, shut the mic off,
Yeah.
they go right into the stall, and we're all sitting out there
Who does number 2 work for? Right.
waiting for him to come back, and it's never pretty.
They got another walk of shame.
Yeah, it's never pretty, never pretty.
Okay, we've got. I think I'm really working on Jay for us to do our own trip, and let's just take a brief second here, a timeout, and we'll be right back. Okay, so guys, here's the idea that I've been trying to sell to Coles, and maybe, you know what? I think you guys should lead this trip, and I think Jay and I should tag along.
The
Yes,
official.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
And I've looked it up
I will
already.
tag. I will tag.
It's possible. I Googled taking gravel roads from the Atlantic to the Pacific. It's called the Trans-American Trail, roughly
Yeah.
5,900 miles
Oh man.
from the east to the west coast, or the other way around.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. But we're going to do it big. You guys, I'm assuming you've seen Top Gear or the Grand Tour.
Yeah.
We want to do it big. We want you to do the camera work. We're going
I
to
see
get
how it is.
we're going to get Polaris
All the free
involved. We're going to have, because I have a really, really old Ranger. My dad has a brand new Ranger, and I absolutely love the Polaris Ranger. Mine has a dump box on it. Okay, it's super basic bench seat. I drive it every single day, and I love it. So I want to get Polaris involved, but we want, look at us. We're old, we're plumpy, and we want to be comfortable.
Yeah. Yes.
And we don't want to do any of the hard
No.
planning,
No.
booking.
No.
And we want to make this a big deal, and we want to get headlines everywhere we go. And
Yeah.
do you think that is possible?
Oh yeah.
It's definitely possible. There are actually Facebook groups out there where people document their entire journey.
Is it a month? How long is it going to take us?
I don't know if
It
I
might.
have enough vacation, but
It might.
we'll see.
A month?
Maybe, I don't know.
I'd have to hang out with Kenny every day for a month.
So I think part of it with gravel roads, you could make a lot of time. If you average 30, 40 miles per hour, obviously you can cover some ground. I think like a logistic issue is you have to get whatever licensing is for each state ahead of time. And that's something like we had to make sure that the guys did ahead of time too, is make sure you had all your stickers and all that. Now, we didn't come across any cops on the way. On the whole thing, but we didn't know. Like, if you come across one CRABBY DNR guy, now your trip's ruined because
that's all it takes.
And we had to research that ahead. Rod was great. He had packing lists, and he had all of the. We need to stop here, and we need to have this license, and make sure. He had everything all laid out.
How many days did you guys do this? 3 there, 3 back?
Yeah, 6 days total. Are we still on break? Or are we back?
No, we're back. No, we're talking.
We're back.
Woo-hoo. Yeah.
We're rolling.
It's a good thing I didn't drop any F-bombs or something.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
I was waiting for like the end. We're live. We're back in 5, 4.
It's a podcast. Dave, when you were going through your unit, you actually had, and I love this and respect this, a book of rules. So you could explain to the DNR officer what the real laws are. Because you're right. If you come across one in a bad mood, he's going to make your life interesting.
So there might be a backstory with that book of laws.
Go ahead.
So true story, I was up on the North Shore of Minnesota.
Yeah.
And up there, their only gas station was on Highway 61. Okay. And I was pulling up to the gas station, and all of a sudden I had a deputy pulling in, obviously hotter than a hornet, basically started like, I got to drive and complain about all you razors ripping up and down the road, and you can't be doing this, and just reading me the riot act. And I was just like, whoa, buddy, let's just take it down a notch. First off, I'm accessing a business. There's an exemption in the statute. If that's the only way, like, this is the only way for me to get to Holiday to gas up my machine, and then I'm traveling 200 yards that way, and I'm back off doing my thing. So I think you got the wrong guy, because number one, it's not a razor, it's Talon. Let's get it right. But to him, he just refers to everything as a
it's a general term nowadays.
Hashtag Honda. So, sorry, I'll stop.
It's fine.
Maybe it was my razor that he was referring to.
Yeah, maybe. But so he's reading me the riot act, and I have to pull the statute up on my phone and show him that I'm accessing a business. The only thing that I'm doing is this. And he's reading it and whatever, because he was threatening to ticket us and tow us and do all this crap. Impound it. And I'm like, dude, for one, you got the wrong guy. And there, to be fair, there was some jackasses that were riding up and down 61, drawing attention. But it wasn't me.
Definitely.
And I'm legitimately accessing the business. So from then on, I decided to print all that stuff ahead of time, because I had to run in with a local deputy over this. This was before they changed their ordinance, but I had a contact with him, and I again had to show him the ordinance saying, hey, what I'm doing is allowed. And then it's just kind of nice too, because every now and again somebody might not know, and sometimes ordinances change. And up in our neck of the woods, Cass County, for example, huge shout out to the Cass County board.
Awesome.
They basically made ATVs almost street legal. Just don't drive like a fool, follow the traffic laws.
In a side-by-side, you could drive the posted speed limit.
Yeah.
I often wondered where I live. I see them, of course, on my road off, but and I'm surrounded by ATV trails at my house. But then I'll catch them going down County Road C. Mm-hmm. But yet they can't go down County Road A. But they can use County Road C. What is the difference? I could never figure it out.
I think it's each county, isn't it?
So each county sets up which
I think
roads you can use, and you just got to know which ones they are in a big county.
Yeah, correct. Sometimes they'll have routes
Okay.
I'm in Douglas County, up in the Alexandria area, and it's pretty much anything goes. Just don't be an asshole.
Exactly.
That's the number one rule.
Places.
Yeah, don't drive like a jackass.
Yeah.
It must be that way in Burnett County too, because I never see anybody getting hassled up there.
And I'm a few miles out of town. And for a long time, when my side-by-side needed gas, I would drive into town. I've got 3 gas cans. I'd fill them up, and I'd fill them up, out here. Well, I stopped doing that. I just drive into town now. And because everybody in town, including the in-town residents, are driving around in side-by-sides or golf carts, both battery-operated and engine. Hell, I know one guy, a retired, very respected citizen, who's driving around his golf cart with a rifle in it. And that rifle is not cased and it is not empty.
What's he using it for?
Well, we had a
hunting, of course.
We had a fox that was running around town.
Not anymore.
We had a wobbly looking fox that was running around, and I think he finally took care of it.
Yeah. Not anymore. All right, so we're talking 5,000 miles 1 month together, huh?
Potentially. That'd be a heck of a documentary.
Oof.
Yeah.
What would you bring on that trip?
Well, I'm hoping ladies. I'm hoping some ladies.
I did hear about your wish for ladies on the Garage Logic show. You guys were talking about this. So.
Yeah, well, I was wondering on that trip. I'm like, I could do 6 days. Okay, we're pushing it. It goes beyond 12 days or 6 days. We got to get some. We got to have a lady or two on this trip. Come on, man. I can't. Kenny, come on. I'm a single dude over here. Help me out.
So you need some trail services?
Yeah. Now we might be talking more fun.
I've been married for 80 years.
You guys get into changing tires and radiator leaks.
Are there lot lizards? Are there lot lizards on this trip?
So we need to come up with a term. What is the trail equivalent of a lot lizard?
Ooh.
Like a trail?
A good girl.
Yeah, I like that, Kenny. I like that. Book a couple of good girls and I'm in.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so
I'll take it. Listen, after a month on the road with nothing but dudes, good girl, bad girl, anything in between, man.
Take another break here, and when we come back, I've been working on Jay to get him to buy a side-by-side, and then I want you guys to help me out with that. We'll be right back. And we're back. So I have an old Ranger, like I said, and I might do 40 miles an hour tops. My dad has a new one. I swear he's doing 70 down the gravel. Seriously.
Yeah.
And it's got power windows, heat, air condition, everything you can imagine.
Yeah,
it's
first
super
class,
cool.
right?
Yeah. It really is.
Yeah.
It's really a heck of a nice machine. And all of Jay's buddies have been bothering him. First of all, you guys explain to him the difference between a Razor and a Ranger. Either one of you. Go ahead.
Okay. A Ranger is going to be more utility. So if you're using it for yard work,
something around the farm.
Yeah.
Something around the farm.
It's great. You can go on trails, but you're not going to be as comfortable. So my first machine was a Can-Am Defender Limited, sort of like your dad's.
Yep.
It had power windows, AC, heat, fully loaded. And some of the trail riding that we were doing, it just wasn't comfortable for 100-mile days. So
shock wise, just low clearance, or why would you say that?
Mostly just it was built for utility around the ranch, around the farm.
So there's some that are built more for the farm type work or around your house if you got several acres, and then you're telling me there's some built for trail riding that are a little more easier on the ride,
more sporty.
Yes.
So more travel in the suspension.
Yeah, okay.
The geometry's better.
So
the seats are more comfortable.
My back's not going to be all screwed up after.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
So it looks like I need a trail rider.
If you want to ride trails, or you get like a what we would call a crossover, like a General, Polaris General, is a little of both, and it does everything pretty well. That's what actually
both would be kind of nice.
Dan rode in was a General. Honestly, I would even argue that my Honda Talon is kind of General. It's definitely a sport machine, but there's still things about it that you could still do a little bit of work or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I came from a Honda Pioneer, which was a total work machine. I trailed it as much as I could, added a lift and suspension and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, when you know you're going to be riding trails, a dedicated trail or sport machine is a lot more comfortable. It's kind of like
I've ridden with these guys. They've taken me out, right? And we've gone into the woods and done a little shooting and stuff. And I always joke with them and go, wait, you just dropped 20 grand on this? I could come down here with my Silverado and do this. Why do I need that? Why do I need to drop 20 grand to be back here in the woods doing what I like to do?
There are a lot of places you can't go with a truck or a Jeep.
True.
That you can go with a side-by-side.
I suppose it's true. There's some places,
the
right?
trail system, I mean,
it's the trail system's just for the...
You're right.
Yeah.
No, it's a true, like a lot of guys say trails, they mean forest roads, gravel roads. Those are car roads, right?
That's what we take.
Yeah,
we take a lot of that.
If you want to take like a true trail, most of them have gates to limit width and things like that. And it's a true narrower in the woods trail.
Got it.
I'll throw this at you, and anybody here, if you guys want to come up to Brainerd and you want to hop in, Dan and I will take you out, and we can show you some trails. We can show you some local gems or whatever. We can.
So what I got to do is, because what we're
So-
doing is we're taking the forest, the old forest roads, obviously.
Yep.
Yes.
And that's when I couldn't figure out, well, what do I need to get an ATV to go do that? Why am I spending 20 grand? I have two good friends. They both have them. They've been pushing me to get one, and I keep joking with them, going, what for? But if I want to get on these trails where it's only the machines,
Yes.
Right.
and then you can get a little deeper into the woods, I'm assuming, I suppose, right?
You can get way out there.
Now that would be pretty cool. I could do that.
Yeah.
I could do that.
You
He
could
found
jump
one for me
drive-
for under 10 grand too. I'm like, okay, so if it's under 10 grand, I'm interested.
So
here-
you jump driveway approaches with some of them. I mean, get serious air. And I'm not joking because they actually have races for some of these razor type
Yeah.
Yes.
side by sides. And they're pretty cool, fun looking races.
And when you get that deep, like you guys went up into that peninsula to watch the sunset or sunrise on Superior, what I can't remember which. But,
Stars.
Yep. The stars.
so if you get deeper, is there a chance to see some pretty cool wildlife or not?
Yeah, we saw a moose. We saw a bear.
See, that would be okay.
Yeah.
See that now
We got a little bit of
now it would
everything.
make sense for me to get in one of those to go do that and do some of that night riding. That night riding looked cool.
Yeah, that was my favorite part.
It's a different animal.
That
Going out at
looked
night.
really cool. But then I was wondering if they were too noisy once you got deep in there that you're not seeing any moose, you're not seeing any bear, you're not seeing any coyote, but you tell me you still are.
Yes.
Okay, all right, okay.
The machines are noisy, but
What I've
I'm starting to
noticed,
slowly
Jay,
come around.
what I've noticed with the wildlife and machines,
You're not doing that on a Jeep or a Silverado.
No, I got it. No, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, come on up. I'll show you where that is. That's a little
there-
secret. That's a gem.
is
we
there
don't-
any way you can show that to the camera?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
kind of small. Can you hold it up?
Yeah, I could try.
It's kind of small, but it's pretty
that.
cool.
Yeah. So this was a water crossing on a
did that
trail
on my
up in our
4-wheeler.
area.
Yeah, the Silverado's probably not
We
doing
can't
that.
see that.
Yeah.
You can't see it's too small. But the Silverado's not doing that. That's
No.
true.
no.
I might get into this. You know, I'm pretty open-minded.
Come on up.
But if
Come
we're
on up
doing
and hang
cross
out.
country, we got to find more than just dudes, okay?
So, yeah.
I'm so sorry. I put my foot
what I've
down.
noticed in the spring, right after the snow melts and before the people are in the fields and whatnot, you'll see around the state, if you spend any time driving around, I don't know what they'd be called. They used to be called poker runs, but it would be anywhere from 10 guys to 100 side-by-sides that go out on these organized rides. And I'm assuming they're hitting some trails and gravel roads and stopping at bars. And it's just a big social family event. You see all ages, the really, really old and the really, really young. And that looks like a lot of fun. Have you guys done any of that?
Oh, we do that a lot.
How many miles are they usually? Is this an all-day thing or?
It varies a lot. Dave and I are both members of the Cuyuna Iron Range Rider ATV Club.
Okay.
And every month we go on a organized group ride in the summer.
So that's what I'm seeing when I'm at my cabin and there's 20 to 24 people going by.
Yeah.
That's all been put together by somebody.
Probably a club,
Somebody,
right?
probably a
Okay.
club event.
I was wondering how that worked.
And it's a lot of fun. I do some of the ride leading for the club.
And you can tell which bars you guys like.
We
Because-
don't stop at bars typically.
Oh, you don't? Well, the
No.
ones that do, there are more ATVs outside in the bar than
Yeah.
there are regular trucks and
At
cars.
the end of the day, we might stop for a burger.
Sure.
but
Yeah, we try to support the local
Got it.
businesses. And
we're pretty avid riders. We want to get out in the woods. We
Yeah.
want to see what there is to see, explore different parts of the state that we might not have seen before.
See, I'd like to get into the
and-
parts that you can't get to too easily and get way back in to see what you could find.
Oh, there's a lot.
That would be fun. I could do that.
I grew up in the Brainerd area, and I was amazed at how little of it I had seen,
yeah,
until
yeah.
I got on
Yeah.
ATVs and
That's cool.
really started riding and getting out there.
yeah, and even some of the North Shore.
Yes.
There's a couple of ride events up there, but they have a great trail system in the Arrowhead. And there's a lot of really cool spots that you can get to with an ATV.
Here's
So
one
that
thing
trail,
that
the
sorry,
trail
Kenny.
that goes from Duluth up to Grand Marais that I've done a million times on snowmobile, is that open to ATVs in the summer?
It might be. So
Duluth is a no-go zone.
yeah, the city of Duluth is no go.
We go just
You have to go around it.
where do we go? North of Two Harbors, about 3, 4, 5 miles maybe. There's a big parking lot. And that's where we abandon our pickup trucks and we just ride all the way up to Grand Marais and then the Gunflint Trail.
Yeah.
And come home the next day.
Yeah.
That'd be cool too.
Yeah. No, a lot of the trails are dual use. Obviously, some aren't. The ones that like cross swamps and wetlands, that's the obviously a snowmobile only trail because it has to be frozen. But yeah, there's a lot of dual use trails that. And what's really cool is that a lot of the clubs work together. The snowmobile club and the ATV club will tag team on maintenance, and
it's got to be a lot of the same guys.
Yeah,
it is. And a lot of the budgets, when it comes down to money, we need a bridge across this area.
And why do I see where I live? Some like I've got literally a snowmobile trail, like maybe 200 yards from my house, and then another ATV trail a little bit farther down. And I noticed the snowmobile trails are closed off and gated right now.
Yeah.
So there's a difference between riding the snowmobile trails and the ATV. Two different things. Right?
Yeah, some of it's logistics.
Do they cross over at all?
Sometimes depends on the area, but sometimes it's land licensing use. Sometimes it's wetlands and lakes and things like that. So it just kind of depends on the route.
Got it.
Yeah. But a lot of the, I guess I would also tell the audience this is a lot of the maintenance that happens with it, whether a snowmobile trail or an ATV trail, it's not from the state. It's actually from these local clubs.
It's all volunteers.
It's all volunteers.
Yeah.
And there is some grant and support from the state as far as funds, but the real boots on the ground are local clubs.
So pretty much the riders take care of it.
Yeah. Well,
yes, the clubs.
The clubs take care of it.
The members of the clubs.
The members of the club.
Yeah. So even anybody that's listening that's an ATV rider and they like to enjoy these trails, maybe they have a cabin or whatever, I would still encourage everybody to join their local ATV club or join an ATV club, even if you can only support them financially. The clubs are the ones making all these trails happen.
Okay.
They really, really are.
Yep. Same with the snowmobiles. Too.
Yeah.
The other thing that scared me too, watching that thing from buying one, you guys had to travel with two mechanics, right?
We didn't have
to.
You said we wanted to, and I'm watching all these flat tires and the radiator trouble and the drivetrain, and I'm thinking that'd be me.
Jay,
I don't know how to fix. I can't put a doorknob on.
I have an admission about these snowmobile trips I go out in the mountains with. It's with a guy that owns a dealership, and he's the mechanic.
Of course, yeah.
And I'm riding one of his old sleds.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
So it's in immaculate condition. And he knows everything about it.
Kenny, I'm going to be the guy in the night ride, and the drivetrain's going to go, I'm done. I'm done. I'm dead.
These machines are built so well, though, that was very unusual that happened.
Okay.
Because that stuff doesn't happen all the time.
So literally, guys, I can't put a doorknob on without screwing it up.
So
that's all right.
Let me ask you this.
People that can.
Would you pay for like a trail concierge service? Well, I could set that up. We could have like a machine following that would.
What's her name? Jay wants to know what her name is.
A chase rider. In snowmobiles, we call them a sweep rider. Or in dirt bike trail riding, it's a sweep rider.
The sweeper,
who comes along at the very end and picks up all the J. Cole's people.
Yeah, that'd be me.
So one question about the tires: are there any tires available that aren't susceptible to punctures the way you guys had?
Yeah, why'd you have so many?
Well, the Sioux line just sucks.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's an old railroad grade.
Okay.
And
the railroad left a lot of
metal.
behind.
So
a lot of spikes, a lot of sharp metal pieces.
Yeah, on the one section where we had we were all stopped. Trevor decided to go for a walk, and I want to say it was like 100 yards down, 100 yards back. He found 4 or 5. Either big pieces of metal, shrapnel, railroad ties.
Okay.
And as soon as you're cruising, your front tires kick it up. It hits the rear tire.
It was always the rears that we had issues with.
And you had like 15 of them, you said?
Total.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
15 flats.
Yeah.
Okay, it scared me off right away. I'm like, I can't fix a flat.
Yeah.
It's actually not really tough, Jay.
No.
That's an entry-level repair.
Well, you got to show me the entry-level repair. Then.
We'll have the concierge take care of that for you. Okay. All you got to do is pull over, and then you got to raise the flag. Hey, tire service. Can I get you something to drink, sir, while you wait? We'll make it happen.
Okay,
we're gonna roll out the red carpet.
I'm down. Okay,
yeah.
I have zero ambition, guys. I don't want a lot of work on these trips.
Jay, that's why we need Polaris to come along on our big trip.
I told you, I want Polaris to get me one of those machines and let me try it out.
So not only does Polaris need to provide the machines, but they can provide the support and the support machine for the ride.
It would be great for their R&D.
Great.
Yes, that's what I would tell
them. Their PR would love us.
Good.
I mean, seriously. Go Polaris then, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Before we close, and you don't have to name names, is there one guy who will never be asked back on another ride?
I'll let Rod make that determination.
Yeah. So everybody pretty much got along then.
Yeah, we've all ridden together before.
Yeah.
We've done overland trips before.
Yeah. No drama. I mean, honestly, like there
really
wasn't any drama behind the scenes of like a reality TV show.
We had a lot of fun.
We
did. The headsets made it pretty fun sometimes.
I like the headsets. That looked pretty cool when you're cruising around.
Those cardos are awesome.
You guys looked
Listening to
official.
music and
you guys looked official.
The snowmobile rides I've been on, two guys usually end up butting heads about where we're going to take a left turn. And at one point, we were somewhere around the Namakagon area, and it was 2 a.m. and 20 below, and we just kept hitting the same. We were just going in a giant circle and couldn't get unlost.
like the Twilight Zone. I think there was an episode about that.
It was really horrible. And then another time, we were up on the Gunflint Trail, and it was the same deal. And one of the guys fighting goes, "I got a turtle head." And he hops on his sled and takes off. And we had to go find where he went. And we eventually found him an hour or two later, sitting
like
at a
fun.
bar.
Oh, sounds like fun. I would be on that radio, though. When I went into the stall, I'd be on that radio talking to you. I swear to God.
Before we wrap up,
stop talking.
Before we wrap up, I want you to plug your YouTube site. Plug everything you possibly can before we go here.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. And again, thanks for having us. This was awesome.
Oh,
I
yeah.
appreciate you watching it. It really means a lot to me. This was my first mini documentary
I enjoyed
that I
it.
made. So
yeah, very well shot. Very well done.
thank you.
Yeah.
So Gear and Tread, gearandtread.com is our website. It's Gear and Tread on YouTube, all the social media handles, and it is produced by Muzzle Blast Media.
Yeah, nice work.
Can you do me one favor? And I won't hold you to this. I have a real problem with the word content. Just come up with a new word. All of you YouTubers drive me crazy with the word content.
I know.
Jay, when you go out and shoot a story and you knock on somebody's door and surprise them with the camera and the microphone and you ask them a very embarrassing question, you're not shooting content. What are you shooting, Jay?
A story.
Yeah.
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 It's a story.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to hear a good story.
Footage.
Everybody wants to.
Yeah, but content creator sounds nice, right? It's like the CC. So what would it be? Footage. This is a family rated show? No?
Footage effer?
Yeah, exactly. That was my first thought, you know? So,
well, it's
hey,
been
I'm
a lot
a
of
footage
fun.
fornicator.
Yeah, perfect footage.
When you're branding, that's memorable.
It is.
Okay, nobody's going to forget that.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
speaking of branding, after we kill the cameras here and the mics, I'm going to have you guys stick around so we can get a few keywords that will help drive viewers to this show, the Crabby Coffee Shop.
Let's
But go
do it.
ahead with that music, Chris. And I just want to thank both of you, Dan Doucette, Dave Timm, and your YouTube channel called
Gear and Tread. Use
Thank
your
you very
gear
much, guys.
and tread on your own adventure.
Thank
That was
you.
fun.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you to everybody for listening to the Crabby Coffee Shop.